Hello, and welcome to, I don't know why I did that. Welcome to Unreal's Movie Reviews, where I take a look at films that I've never seen before that others likely will have done. And since we're ending my Autism Awareness month segment, I thought I'd cap it off with a film that's been on my radar for a while and I've just never got round to watching, which is the Hungarian film On Body on Soul. I really don't know anything about this other than it's got good write-ups, so let's go and watch it. So we follow Andre, the boss of an abattoir, but when a new quality inspector arrives, Maria, she's immediately singled out due to her not wanting to socialise and her strict grading of the meat. But after some medicine goes missing from the inventory, a psychologist is hired to analyse all the staff and see which one is the culprit. After doing so though, they notice that both Andre and Maria share the same dream of two deer in an icy forest drinking from a stream and their noses touching, and she informs them after suspecting that the two of them had planned this as a joke, but the two of them quickly realise that they have this special bond where they can interact with each other while they sleep in their dreams, and then they slowly start to develop a relationship as a result. This was amazing. A really wonderful film, and I'm just in awe of its beauty. It's a spellbinding story, and the acting is sublime. Alexandra Borbelli, who plays Maria, provides possibly the most accurate autistic representation I think I've ever seen on screen. She's outstanding, and she has this incredible face. She is expressing so much while expressing nothing at all at the same time, if that makes sense. She reminds me a little bit of Morviv Clark. Good God, no wonder she won awards for this. It's beyond words. Geza Morchani is also brilliant as the boss of the abattoir, who apparently was a screen newcomer at the time and has never acted before, which is honestly incredible because he's truly mesmerising in this. I also liked how it didn't fall into the trappings of a typical older man and young woman narrative that you find in romances. It doesn't feel creepy or forced. You can tell that they both have genuine feelings for each other. I haven't seen anything by Ildikó Enyedi before, but blimey, she's an excellent director. This was her first film since 1999, I believe, but she really brought her A-game here. It's just so well put together and gorgeously shot. The way that the dream sequences are photographed is so ethereal and delicate, and the whole film feels like this. It's very much like Maria. Everything is carefully placed and edited. And with it being set in an abattoir, something that I found really interesting, there is a character who is a new employee, and Andre the boss is essentially having conversation with them, explaining everything and getting to know them a bit. And he's a total cock of the walk, likes to think of himself as a real Casanova. And Andre asks him how he feels about killing the cattle. And he responds really flippantly by saying that he doesn't really care and mimics them getting shot with a bolt gun. Andre just looks disapprovingly and says that he should have compassion in this line of work. These are living, breathing beings who deserve his respect. And just that his attitude was completely wrong and he's not going to get anywhere and he should probably leave the job if that's what he thinks. Which I thought was rather intriguing. They know what they do, but they also have to make peace with the fact that they're taking the life of another being. And the cinematography shows these cattle in a human light. You see a few different shots where one of the cows is in confinement and just turns to look up at the sky, and you see them gazing up into what is outside, what is freedom, something that they will never experience. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in a film before. It's really remarkable. You kind of have that human element to the way that the deer interact in the dreams, which also comes full circle because the deer represent humanity and freedom, the ability to just live their life and enjoy it, whereas these cattle are in this confined space. Their only certainty is that they're going to die. I thought that that was quite bleak, but also a very important message to tell. I forgot to also mention the score, which is really lovely. There's lots of harp in there, there's lots of marimba. It's a very soothing and meditative score. It really adds to the already rich texture of the film. It's such a tender film, which you wouldn't expect from it being set in an abattoir. Also, for any vegans or veggies or people who just don't like animals being hurt, there are scenes that should probably make you think twice about watching this. While there's no cruelty, which is important to note, the film was partly shot in a real abattoir with real cattle, though at the end of the film there is a disclaimer which says, "During the shooting of our film, animals were harmed, but none of them for the sake of the film. We just documented the daily routine of a slaughterhouse." That's positive. I guess they were going to meet their maker anyway, so... Speaking of that type of thing though, I have a aversion to blood, and there's a scene in this which really had me close to fainting. But, I managed to pull myself back and avoid falling into unconsciousness. That's positive, I suppose. I don't think I've felt like I was going to pass out watching a film since 127 Hours, the bit where he's cutting his arm off and he hits the nerve. It's like the alarm sound in the Operation board game, but it was like a drill boring into my skull, and it's very hard to describe. I don't think I'm going to watch that again anytime soon. I didn't faint then either. In fact, I can't remember the last time I fainted, so great for me. Having said that, even though I did stop myself, I was absolutely drenched in sweat afterwards, so this is the reason why I'm not wearing the t-shirt that I wore in the beginning of the video, because it's just soaking. So if you faint at the sight of blood, again, I would suggest possibly assessing whether this film is something that you should see. There was a cheeky elderly cleaner in the film also, whose character I loved. They got a few good laughs from me, I'll tell you. But the central relationship between Maria and Andre is one of the most beautiful portrayals of falling in love that I think I've ever seen. And coming from an autistic character, it just makes it so much better. Maria goes out of her way to learn how to be touched and how to touch, since it's not something that she enjoys, but it just leads to so many really elegant scenes. Oh, this film is so beautiful. It's such a joy and one of the best romances I've seen in a good while, though I may have to skip that scene on rewatching. I don't really want a repeat of nearly laying on the cold, hard floor, face down. I'm gonna give this 9 out of 10. This is such a wonderful piece of work, and I really hope Alexandra Borbelli is in more projects in future, because I loved her to bits in this. And Ildikó Enyedi's other stuff, I need to watch it because my socks are well and truly blown clean off. Whoa, what a great way to close out this Autism Awareness month. We did so with possibly the best one of the lot. We saved the best till last. Maybe. I need to think to see if this is better than Dead Man's Shoot. I don't know what I'm doing with my finger. So, if you've seen this film, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. It's on Mubi in the UK and Netflix in other territories, I believe. You will not regret watching it. I can guarantee you that. Well, unless you don't like the sight of blood or animals being killed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I've got far more stuff coming on the way. And yeah, bye.